Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and I am with Alyssa today.
Hello.
Yes, we attempted to play a horror game, and it would not run on my computer, so now we are playing this game, because it is pixels and it will run. So, on that note, if you want to donate to my Buy Me a Coffee, we can have like a little Buy Elizabeth a Computer that can actually run things fund. That would be cool. Alyssa says to do it.
I fully support this decision because your computer is looking a little sad.
It is being held together with packing tape. Or you could leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to spend money. That's also fine. But anyways, everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. I don't know why that's so funny.
I mean,
the like being alone part was the part you're risking.
If there's two people who are constantly doing their own thing, I feel like
obviously they're not an introvert.
Yeah.
It's an extrovert's worst nightmare. Roadwardens not only accept the struggle, they embrace it. So true introverts.
Yes.
They deliver messages.
Only the real introverts can be a roadwarden.
That's what we call ourselves on a regular basis.
Yes.
They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and, if possible, get rid of the beasts and highwaymen. One of these things is not like the other.
Yes.
They live on the road.
And it's absolutely delivering messages.
Yeah, that's really boring. Like, come on, get a carrier pigeon.
Really, though?
Get with the times. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. Okay.
Fucking better.
Our first decision, Alyssa. I leave the safety of the city walls, or I still have my doubts.
Let's just immediately subvert the game and say I still have my doubts.
That's kind of what I wanted to do, too. Oh,
I'm just immediately
it just takes you back here, like, okay, you do not get to start.
Oh, honestly fair.
So I guess we have to leave.
Okay. Sure.
Pick a difficulty mode. The choice can't be altered later on.
Damn.
Well, we gotta skip casual.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go standard.
Okay.
Because this is for the returning one. Restrictive. So this is like the normal.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. It's also what I think every morning when I step outside my apartment.
Yes, no wolves.
Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to be with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers. What is a pebbler?
I have no idea. So just like people who throw pebbles?
I have no idea. It kind of makes me think of a cobbler, but that's not it.
Yeah.
It keeps away the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk nor trolls, and the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. It had a long day. What is a palfrey? Is that a horse?
Yeah.
They like really just pulled out like a dictionary and picked a bunch of words no one ever uses.
They said Thesaurus 101.
Okay, so here are options. I could just look for another shelter. I need to look around cautiously. I dismount and sneak to the gate. Let's peek inside, or I get off the horse and enter the camp briskly.
See, there's that horse on the last one, and that's just throwing me.
So you could have just said your horse breathes heavily.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, but instead we have to show off palfrey, or whatever.
Yes.
Should we try sneaking?
Yeah, let's sneak. Let's get away with the land before we just barge in.
Take care of yourself. If you're hurt or exhausted, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher the chance you'll die in combat.
Same.
I feel like our chances are not good, Alyssa.
No, definitely not. But you know what? We're gonna have a grand time anyway.
Oh, we're already missing a quarter of our our health, and we didn't even do anything wrong. Because it says your
Oh,
heavy
God.
boots hit the ground, and the pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew.
That's it. That's all we
That
want.
was all.
The list
With
is
any
more than
luck,
3
you're-
things.
Huh?
So if the list is more than 3 things, it's not just like, that's all we want. That's a lot.
With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. And then I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit.
Okay.
So I can hear you a little bit better. Okay. I approached the gate slowly. That was the only option. Oh, look!
Yeah. Saw a little camp?
If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space. The fire pit is cold. We are kind of judgmental.
Yeah.
2 people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice the quiet humming. You recognize the melody of a lighthearted drinking song from the city harbor. So I could just look for another shelter. I need to look around cautiously, or they don't look like much of a threat. I can enter.
I mean, if it's just 2 people. Yeah, I don't know.
Should we, just go ahead and go in, or do we want to look around more?
I think we just go for it.
Alright, they don't look like they're dangerous.
Yeah.
It takes them a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. Oh, they're waving to us!
Aw.
Their bags under his eyes, his beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it.
Yeah.
And then,
Cool.
I take a look at the second soul.
Okay, so.
Just like you, she's wearing a game, son? What is this? But hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, and she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary yet kind. She smiles. This sounds rough.
Yeah.
Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these 2 surely look the part. Though there should be more of them. 8, you believe. So we
What?
can let them speak first, or ask about their lieutenant.
I say let them speak first.
Opting for the stare at them and hope that they say something first route. Oh, and they did it.
The true introvert's way.
It's nice to see an unharmed traveler in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a tiny bit hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong yet timid. Oh. You'll be staying the night with us, I guess? Do you like his voice?
Yes. Solid voice acting over there.
I feel like you should act out this woman's voice.
Oh no. Okay. See. I don't know that I can pull a voice.
It says her voice switches from half asleep to relaxed.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a good enough actor for that. But I'll still read it. Okay, so it says, "We're soldiers, he and I," adds the armored woman. Her voice switches from half asleep to relaxed. "We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you were to take the first watch, it would be a huge help. Travelers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say?" It's not. Odd.
I think for a moment, to fully rest, you need a good sleep. I feel like I don't trust them.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't want to fall asleep with them around yet anyway.
So just be like, leave it to me, sure, I'll take
Yeah.
this watch.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic! She rubs her hands together. I don't remember the last time I had more than half a night of sleep. The hours before midnight should be the calmest. Just wake us up if anything happens. The man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug. That was a weird way to write that sentence. Because it sounds like he's saying that as he drinks into the mug. And now we have to ask them about their lieutenant.
Yeah, the game really wants us to ask about the lieutenant.
You wonder how to phrase your question.
Oh.
Whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attitudes.
Ooh, okay.
So you can be friendly, playful, distanced, intimidating, or vulnerable. Okay, so we're just asking about their lieutenant. What are you thinking, Alyssa? Do we want to be smart about it or be funny? Because I almost feel like playful would be a really funny
No, because like playful, that's so not a question to ask playfully to people who are in this situation.
You want to
But
do it anyways?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you're busy, so if you could just introduce me to your lieutenant. The armored soldier spares you a polite smile. Next time, better schedule a meeting. This place gets really crowded these days. She stands up. She pays little attention to the sorter side. Oh, okay, so they did not react to that, really.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't really care that we just joked about, like, their dead lieutenant or something.
Nice. Okay,
I figured
cool.
you aren't here on a walk. Let's say it's me you need to speak with. Are you a messenger? Did you lose your mount? Or are you looking for help? Oh. We have to say I'm the new Roadwarden. My horse is waiting outside.
Hey.
Really? The soldier... I always struggle with soldier. The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece all by yourself. But, like, what a description. A lot of people wear shirts, but it's not...
Yeah, but this is the soldier in the shirt.
You know, the one.
Not to be confused with the other soldier in a shirt who's just a woman.
Yeah, she's not wearing a shirt. She's wearing a whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Like us. The whatever. Better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant in italics. We have no hay, but I bet it dreams of dropping its saddle. A long pause. I'm Tolia, by the way. Okay, so the lieutenant just popped out of nowhere?
I think the woman's the lieutenant.
Oh. Okay. She reaches out her hand. You could shake her hand, or it may be a trap. I just have her to stop pretending to be embarrassed. I should wash myself first, but you can call me.
It's like a pathetic pickup.
I feel like we should just shake her hand.
Yeah.
How do you want people to call you? Leto?
Leto?
What kind of name are we thinking, Alyssa?
Can our name just be Roadwarden?
Was it all one word like this?
Yeah. Amazing.
Her grasp is confident. The shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. We don't need to smell its dung. There's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We've no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something.
Okay.
No problem. I enjoy observing the stars, or I should get used to sleeping on the ground anyway.
The second one sounds so pathetic.
You want to go for it?
I would rather go with the stargazing one.
You don't want to be pathetic, huh?
Be pathetic in other ways.
It's true. You walk through the gate. Your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. I'm trying to imagine what that sounds like.
Snorting anxiously?
Not many humans could ride a... What? Not many humans could ride a horse.
What?
That feels wrong.
It's really not that hard.
Did they mean this horse? Because that makes a lot more sense with this next sentence of it's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. Because there are a lot of humans who can ride a horse.
Yeah. Most people wouldn't know where to begin. You begin with the saddle. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get in the saddle within a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh.
Okay.
This is a fun paragraph.
Wild.
Yeah.
It feels very
Also,
AI driven.
Well, it's also interesting how they measure everything in the time of breaths.
Yes.
And not like seconds or moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquests of the south, capital S. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. Okay, keeping the horse alive is top priority. That's what I took from that.
Yeah, always was.
It's my only companion here. I want it to feel at ease, or I don't care how it feels, but I need it to be strong if I want to travel, and I can't afford another one.
I care how it feels.
I care how it feels too. It takes a few steps towards you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes it.
Okay, we're getting a little too comfortable with the horse.
It's interesting, yeah. Humans see useful animals, even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. Are we a human, or are we not a human?
I have no idea. I'm
So
honestly,
sure
like, we could very well be the horse at this point.
just a horse that rides another horse. But like
most
human
horses
style.
wouldn't know how to go about riding a horse.
But you know that horses need companionship.
Yeah, I don't like where the italics went.
Okay, I speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to shape. I really don't care this much about my horse's saddle. I kind of wish we weren't reading that.
Yeah, we should have not cared about the horse.
Yeah.
Although we probably would have been kicking it into the camp.
We had to choose between caring about it or not caring about it at all. And silly us thinking choosing caring about it meant, oh yeah, we'd like it to stay alive. We'd like to treat it, like we would
dignity
a dog or a pet. Yeah. And then it just went way the other way to where we're uncomfortably care about it.
Yeah, it's some Wattpad fan fiction shit over here.
Yeah. You wish I had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought that many things, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. That is such a fantasy name.
The Crimson Corpse Eaters.
Is it not?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is.
Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions, essential for your trade. You sound like you had thoughts, Alyssa.
I was just very excited to see that we get to choose a class.
Oh, I didn't even make it that far. Okay. I'm gonna be a fighter, a mage, or a scholar. Should I read each of them? The fighter is... I spent my savings on decent combat equipment. I have a fine gambeson. I still don't know what that is. An axe made of steel and a reliable crossbow with coils. Or a mage, I have talismans that help me use my powers, as well as an iron axe and a worn gambeson. Or a scholar, I carry writing instruments and alchemical ingredients, as well as an iron axe, a worn gambeson, and a small healing potion. I kind of want to be a scholar.
That's the only way I don't.
Is that what we're picking?
Absolutely.
We just have, like, pens in our pocket.
Yeah.
And
I will tell you with the written word that while out gets roasted into oblivion.
So we're, like, that really annoying dude. He's like, well, actually, and we're just traveling the road.
Yeah, we just travel around with the bylaws.
He wants us to open the inventory to look at our possessions. Taking hits will damage your armor. You can fix it in various settlements. Here's our inventory.
Alright.
We got food rations, small healing potion, pouch of coins. Here's what a gambeson is or something. A padded defensive jacket made of linen filled with rags. That doesn't seem very defensive.
Yeah,
it's the cheapest type of armor.
Stabbed immediately.
Yeah. So you're wearing like a puffer jacket, basically.
Amazing.
Our armor puffer. Alchemical ingredients, the travel set, writing instrument, our pens, our stationery kit.
Yes.
Most Northerners are illiterate, but they are happy to meet someone who can write a letter in their name.
Interesting.
Battle axe. Cool, we didn't set ourselves up for failure or anything.
No, not at all. We're deeply in love with our horse and we have pens, so we're good to go.
Just normal stuff. Roadwarden stuff.
Oh yeah.
You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced, and the spare clothes are still here. Just in case, you take a look at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, dinner box, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. I return to the soldiers.
Right.
They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. It's just funny if you ended it at of them. One more goal was put at a previously unused end of the table. You can sit down on a tree log. So we can join them and look at the food, thank them for the meal, but don't eat it with them, and ask the lieutenant what she can tell us about this area, or I ignore the meal entirely and I sit down and speak to Talia. I feel like we should probably eat it.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be really rude not to.
I think we should go for the middle one and get some information.
Yeah.
She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. I'm afraid I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should. That sounds very Gandalf-y.
Yeah.
Or Bilbo Gamble? Bilbo Bagginsy. She nods toward the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead. 1 has run away in tears. We're also strangers in this land, adds her companion. And this man is changing his title, his description thing so many times.
Did he lose the shirt?
Man. The man in the shirt.
No.
Our companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. Do you mind reading this one?
Yes. Alright. The man leans forward. His legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands.
Okay, so we can say, I share what I consider to be relevant, or what I've discussed with the officials should stay between me and them after they give us this information.
No, you gotta share to get anything.
So we want to share?
Yeah.
You tell the soldiers how little guidance you've received. We bash our employers, basically.
Honestly,
Since
good.
This area is too far away from Hovalavan to keep it under control, you were warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests? From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses, or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. Specifically for these 2 random strangers in a camp.
Yeah.
Who look like they're, dying. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs. Ankle on knee. Very specific.
That is very...
Sitting in her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Where should we start? Alright, what do you think, Alyssa? There's a lot of options. You could immediately ask for a rope.
You know what? Forget about the lay of the land. I lost my rope.
Look, we did specifically mention that.
Yeah,
we were very worried
about this rope.
Should we ask for a spare rope to begin with?
I feel like,
Oh, see, look, it says we... Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I was gonna say, I feel like anything we should know about the camp might be helpful.
It's it says we have to ask them about the peninsula, the Roadwarden, and the rope.
In the rope.
Before we can even continue.
Okay. So...
If you were me, where would you go next?
So do we eventually just have to do all of these? Or if
I don't think we have
right?
to do all of them, just the specific 3.
Okay.
So the first 3.
Okay.
What is this?
I kind of want to ask one that isn't in those 3 too, just to get a little bit more information. Yeah.
What was your squad's mission?
Yeah, something along those lines.
The lieutenant looks into your eyes. You know, the usual, making the road safe, keeping people alive. I explained that it may be important for me to know what they have tried to accomplish. I can't really tell you. Let's just say it would be nice to have a reliable outpost somewhere nearby. A place where you can always find a group of fighters willing to protect you in the name of the law. She tilts her head back. Now, if you have any other questions... So we have to ask about the first 3.
Yeah,
ask what happened to their squad?
Yeah.
The man shrugs. Bandits happened, and monsters. A strong band, though, his companion chips in. When we got to the peninsula in spring, we saw some people living in this camp. The lieutenant decided to avoid it and look for an inn. We had to travel through the night for a bit. The bearded soldier scoffs and crosses his arms, but she carries on. If he had decided otherwise, we would have all died that day. The innkeeper explained that the camp is a trap, that the armored ones pretend to be soldiers, stay there at night, lose everything you have. So they aren't these people? That would make me very uncomfortable hearing that about the trap part, and then being like side-eyeing them, like, are you trying to... So it sounds like slave hunters.
Stay overnight. But you're good. Don't worry about it.
They're like, good night, sleep tight.
Yeah.
Swear nothing will happen.
Thanks for taking the first watch.
Yeah. Tulia sighs, very much so. They killed some, and took others away, who knows where. They were letting the Northerners go, hoping to avoid their wrath. Okay, so the Northerners are scary, got it. It kind of worked as the soldier. We asked for help, but they refused. We had to clear the entire camp on our own, and that's why 3 of our people died. Don't exaggerate. It's not like the lieutenant did make a mistake. He wanted to get rid of them and take over their camp, but we didn't know our enemy well enough. We were outnumbered, and they had an ice mage among them. She looks at you. At least we cleared the road, saved lives. You mentioned monsters as well. Nothing that would surprise you. Oh, there's so much text here.
You want me to read this one?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Alright. Nothing that would surprise you. Those of us who survived the skirmish were young, too inexperienced to spend a summer in this place without a good leader, and they didn't trust me. One of them got caught by a Trent. Right? Another one ignored.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Another one ignored my orders to perform some sort of ritual hunt, so a werebear tore her to pieces. The last one tried to act tough, didn't tell us he had cut his hand while cleaning his gamson. She lets out a ghastly chuckle. He had to cut it off, and he was so ashamed that he decided to walk north, find a new life, disappear. Idiot. What a colorful journey. The man tries to drink from his mug, but it's empty. That's sad. That's probably the saddest part of that. This cup is empty.
Oh, I thought the saddest part was the guy getting his hand cut off.
No.
Because he absolutely cut it off cleaning his puffer jacket. On what? I don't know, but apparently he cut it.
Yeah, cut it, got infected. Yeah.
On all that linen.
Yeah, so sad.
We could say, you've made this place safer, or I stay silent. I feel like we should agree with them, because that's probably what they want to hear.
Yeah, might as well.
Barely. Talia seems tired, and who knows if it was worth our lives and effort. Should we ask the first 3?
Yeah.
What should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I'd guess it would be 3-4 days? When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation? Why no ships can get here? You nod. The sea route allows Hovelon officials to keep in touch with the coastal villages, collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools, but maintaining order on a wild coast, such as this one, is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. Okay, so it's hard to get to the peninsula?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what I took from that. She nods. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp, but when we traveled to the roadside inn, hell to the north, they're happy to trade, and to play dice. So we say, why not just stay at one of these settlements?
Oh my gosh.
He clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're to guard this road. This camp is our post. And, well, he turns to Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Roadwarden, but are you a devout soul? So now we get a choice. So we can be a part of the United Church, an Order of Truth, my fellowship, or a pagan, or just an atheist.
That's incredible. They really just asked us what our religion is.
Yeah.
Amazing. I don't have strong feelings towards any of these. What do you think?
I feel like if we're gonna be a scholar, we need to be an atheist.
That's so true. Yes. Gotta stay in character.
Okay, so we're just gonna say there's no evidence of the right's existence, and all the mystical tales are explained by magic. No, I'm not.
Damn.
The man nods. I heard that most wardens drift away from the churches. It doesn't matter to me, to neither of us, I think, adds the lieutenant, peeping at her companion. I just wanted to make sure I won't step on any touchy subject. You will, go ahead. The people here are disquieting. Every few words she taps the table with her finger. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials. Here. She starts to draw lines with her index finger as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads like a big circle. In the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan, I don't think. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite. You know, she means a fellowship. They do crazy shit, her companion chips in. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return there. Wait, what? Oh, they use... Okay, so they have, like, necromancy people, and they just get the dead people to do their work for them.
Yeah, that sounds resourceful to me.
Yeah, they're outsourcing. I see. You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind.
So hardcore racist.
Yeah. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? And how about the East? Any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? That's all I need to know. Well, we care a lot about our horse.
Yeah, apparently we were deeply invested in this horse.
I feel like we should ask about this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, strands, cats large and small, runners. Now I'm thinking of like just joggers, howlers, wolves, spike boars, mouflon eaters, griffins, but we managed to stay away. Some can catch up with most mounts. Talia glances at her companion, though a palfrey should be fine. The trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast, just count on luck. That doesn't seem like good advice.
Yeah. I appreciate that she included humans in the list of threats to my horse.
Yeah. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? And how about the East? Or that's all I need to know. I feel like that's all we need to know. And that's mostly because I'm tired of reading this and I want to move on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
She nods. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Oh yeah, we need our rope.
Yeah, and to know what happened to the last Roadwarden?
You just want to start with the Roadwarden?
Yeah, might as well.
This is a lot of reading. Whew! Talia takes a deep breath. Huh?
You want me to do some of it?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay. Just, let me know whenever. Alright. Okay. Talia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirm that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Although busy drowning in things to take care of, he would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on the wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, a Styrian never gets bored. Talia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive, but some of us locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us.
Okay, so it sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. Oh, okay. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him, or his Sarion. Something ate him, I bet. Or them, I bet. Yeah. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. I bet we're gonna find him.
Oh, he's absolutely still alive and doing some shit.
Richer Roadwardens often use four-legged, meat-eating Saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from any monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message. Neither one of us had any insight into his dealings, said Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at Asterian's stuff. Wait! She raises her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has no kids, in a village near Haviland. Oh, he has kids. Sorry, I just said the opposite. He has kids, in a village near Haviland. Havlavan? I can't say it.
Yeah,
Havlavan. I was planning to take all his things there. A pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. She glances at you, but I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned, and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with resignation. We're meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us, tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Havlavan together. Think about your real mission. You're planning to return to Havlavan in the early fall anyway.
I think you're nailing it.
Huh?
I think you're saying it right.
Havlavan.
Havlavan.
If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all of his possessions. Well, maybe if he's captured, we'll be fine. It'll just be like payment.
Yeah.
True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you anything. And who knows, you might just find his shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. Whereas male uses a spear mostly, maybe 5 feet tall but stout. Long red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but after he adds nothing, she sits down and stretches out her legs. So find out what happened to him, dead, alive, left, just let me know. And on that note, I've lost my rope. Could you spare me one? You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on her chair. Take it. I was planning to leave it behind. We got a fine rope.
A fine rope. Not just any rope. This is a fine rope.
Oh, so we could offer food in return or just take it for 0.
I think we take it.
Tulia nods. For now, you leave the rope on the table. Do we just want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know everything I need. Are you sure, says Bearded Man? We may not be around the next time you come here. Yeah. Let's just move on. This is a lot of reading and being in this one spot.
Yeah.
I agree. Tulia slices the leaf, and you may do better than Asterian did. Stay vigilant. She winks at you, shattering the mask of a soldier. Thank you for your help. You go to the barrel and splash water in your face, which makes you even more aware of how much you need a bath. After the night, it will only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down. I prepare for my watch. The soldier in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and... Okay, so we have, like, monkeys here, too. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were-elk that keeps smelling the wall, though it has never tried to get in. Points at the gate. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. And if someone is being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. I feel like we should have that rope on us, right?
Yeah.
Alright, he scratches his head. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire, and the best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket there or something. The watchtower gives you a long puzzled look. Oh, here. He points at a pile of crates. Just climb up to the tallest one. You'll have a great view at the northern side, the more dangerous side. And also, I know you're tired after all that riding. He points at the tent on the other side of the camp. I can handle a couple hours sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and rest just this once. At least I have a pallet inside. I feel like we should take him up. Be like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the surrounding area now. Oh.
Ooh.
You put your blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. The night is warm, but the sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. From time to time, your back aches, and you have to force yourself to keep your eyes open. The light of the moon helps you focus on the tall grasses. For most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, you see 3 horned deer trying to challenge one another. Before they clash their antlers, a 2-legged dragonling appears, leading to its much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides walk away slowly, not willing to risk the fight nor to admit their defeat. I don't let it distract me. I keep looking around. You hear the death screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. A lot about monkeys.
Yeah, these monkeys
Runners
are
are
getting it.
chasing. Runners are chasing a gray hare. A group of moss oxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. This sounds like a high fantasy reader nerd decided to write a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, you never had to intervene. You just sit there watching the not-so-distant forest trying to outlast your sleepiness. You can only guess how much time has passed. Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent, waking up the bearded man with just a couple of words. You confirm that nothing important has happened. I gather my things and squeeze into the tent. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the pallet, and cover myself with my cloak. Sleeping in a tent is not the stuff of dreams, but it's a much welcome rest. The pallet keeps the cold soil away. The moonlight saves the outside world from the eerie gloom. You listen to your own breath and find a comfortable position. Your job starts tomorrow. I focus on the real goal of my journey. Oh boy. The Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Havlavan officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers, or be a threat to the peace of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? Okay, so we're like a double agent, basically, I guess.
Alright. Interesting.
We're working for the state.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, colonization is fun.
Interesting. Not the stance I would have taken.
Yeah. At least I have time. 40 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Havlavan. There you'll report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. Oh, so we pick a goal? I need to gather some extra coins so I can save my sibling from debt collectors. I need to gather some extra coins so I can retire early and live in prosperity and safety. If I gather enough connections among the local leaders, I'll use them to become a major player in the Merchant Guild. I want to be remembered as the soul who brought peace and order to this realm, a hero. I just want to help people, make this region safer for the locals and the newcomers alike, or I need to find a new life for myself. I have a difficult past, and I want it to be forgotten. I like that we just want to retire early.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably my favorite.
New entry. Become rich. Your half-asleep senses are catching the sounds of the wild forest. Oh, you can't travel during the night. Press the sleep unrest. Okay. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious through the pleasant, humid, late summer air. Evens it out slowly. I disagree that humid air is pleasant.
Yeah, no.
You're thinking about your goal, but you need to gather your strength. All I can do now is rest. Sleeping in a tent. You can spend the night in a borrowed tent. It's nothing special, but it will protect you from the wind and rain, and the ground won't be painfully hard nor cold. Okay, I don't really care. Just let them sleep.
Yeah.
You're woken up by sunlight, well rested and ready. Without haste, you gather your things. After only a couple of breaths, you notice the weird smell like a roast. No, burning meat. Burning rotten meat. Disgust crawls into your consciousness. You exit the tent. Uh-oh. Your horse is looking around nervously. Your bags are where you had left them. You see an open gate. I go outside to see what's happening.
Oh no.
Both soldiers are standing near a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemplatively. Tilly is the first one to address you. Did I say that right? Is it pyre?
Yeah, I think pyre.
Roadwarden. I think is that what she's saying, her title or her name? Because we just put it as both.
I don't know, and I love that we don't know.
She greets you with a nod. We use the horse's manure for the flames, so don't worry about cleaning it up. You see a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple more hours. A traveler or an undead? The latter. A young one. She lacked the pneuma. There we go. To understand that she couldn't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with the spear from a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog and she'd be a real threat. Even now it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Sooner or later, every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours, and each moment it spends in the fogs. Ridding the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even roadwardens. Making a large pyre takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Talia calls this undead a she. Most unites hesitate to do so. Time for me to leave. Running away from the Reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Asterion. There's enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. Okay. These words make you stop. An old farewell, locked in a number of songs and tales, but yet you hear no score to Talia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you're going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to the pyre. Okay, so saying safe travels is apparently a shocking.
Yeah, that's a deeply rooted phrase. That's, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I prepare myself for the journey. You somehow missed the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. Oh, that was so nice of them. You double-check the equipment. Yeah, you double-check the equipment, but you don't need to fix anything. The soldiers were diligent. Normally, preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a lot of time. Okay. You put on your gambeson and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt, then get in the saddle. The palfrey knicker is ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroads north from here. Use the travel button to see the map and move to another area. Travel forward to continue your journey. Once you're done with the north, speak to Talia to return to Hablavan. Okay, so here's the camp. That's where we started.
Oh.
And we must travel north. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by the distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the path. You soon find the pack of four-legged griffins. They're larger than foxes and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is of a different size, coat, and colors, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. Isn't that the whole point of a griffin? Don't they fly?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, about 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other, blocking your path. What were you saying?
Oh,
Okay, I consider my options. The die icon marks the actions that involve a random chance, so both of them involve random chance.
Cool.
You can't enter the forest blindly. If these other creatures were to chase after you, the thicket would be disastrous for your horse.
No.
There are reasons why travelers stay as close to the main roads as possible, and why adventurers move in groups. Usually the safest approach would be to stay where you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up to a couple hours. You're thinking about your conversation with Tulia. You've got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence. Oh, on occasion you can use the Scholar's Education to unlock unique interactions.
Oh, what's our Scholar's Education got for us?
Should we try it?
Yeah, sure.
Knowledge! Your education could be of use here.
Yay.
So it could be like, I mix black powder with gladden that grows nearby, and the dried skunk swirl from my bag. Once I ignite it and throw it at the griffins, they'll scatter. So stink bomb.
Nice, love it.
Most city folk feel aversion toward black powder. You can learn more about your abilities at the character sheet. Okay. Most city folk feel aversion toward black powder, and you touch it with great care. The odor of the plants makes you feel dizzy, but that's more important, is that the griffins have wolf-like sensitivity to smells and noises. A few of the beasts turn their heads towards you as you approach the pack with a bag in your hand. You ignite your missile and throw it forward. At first, the creatures surround the source of smoke, but then growl in disgust, even putting their beaks to the ground. They flee, allowing you to continue your journey. Knowledge.
Love it.
The real power.
Our first act as a scholar is to make a stink bomb.
Yes. That's what we went to college for.
Absolutely.
I'll climb on the horse and cover my nose. I really need to find a proper alchemy set. Alright, can you read this one?
The road splits. According to what soldiers have told you, you may find a safe inn by turning left. The forest to the right is lush, and the trail overgrown. Kids used to have this song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? The signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It was put here by someone who can't write, for folks who can't read. Covered in old red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say, danger to be found. There's not a soul to ask for guidance.
I look at my horse.
Come on.
What's its name?
Oh,
You get to
God.
name it. What are we gonna name it? We can name it Horsey.
Horsey, yes. We're Roadwarden, the Roadwarden, and Horsey our horse.
We're very creative with names.
We're scholars over here.
Horsey is peaceful as you stroke its mane. Maybe it can't help you choose a path, but you spent many years together. Happy to go on, it takes a couple of steps forward. You spot a few berry shrubs with wild cabbages, but they still need at least 2 weeks to gain maturity. Well, why can't I take some anyways?
Yeah. Okay.
Time to make a turn. Oh, so now we pick left or right. We're at the southern crossroads. We can go to the western wetlands. Oh wait, there's a deep forest to the east and western wetlands. So, you want to go to wetlands, or you want to go to the deep forests?
I mean, might as well do wetlands.
Let's go be wet.
Yeah.
Explore the west. Horsey trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. The bird songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which got sparser and brighter. You spot boars, roe deer, and saurians. The sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you, but once you push your hips forward and your palfrey enters a canter, the beasts don't even begin a pursuit. Their speed alone will protect you from many dangers. You notice a stone tower, taller than the trees. I feel like they give us way too much information.
Yeah, there's a lot of details about like the ambience and stuff that we just don't need.
Yeah, it must be the inn I've heard about. Inns like this one fit the regions traveled by merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place of this size in this forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away, and the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet subsisting on salted supplies. There are seemingly no cracks in the wall, and the building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could hide, if not in the buildings, then at least in the yard. The expenses and labor put into this fortress were worth many trading ships. 3 armed people are on the ramparts, though you only see what's above their waistline. They're leaning on the parapet, right next to the gate, and you think you notice a glimpse of a smile. There are gambesons. Each one of them died differently, yellow, green, and linen gray. So we have to approach the gates.
Alright.
A woman in yellow armor leans forward. She has long, curly, disorderly red hair, pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colors doesn't work at all. In the woods, one would have to shout to draw this much attention. We're also judging the fashion choices.
Oh my gosh, her hair is just not it.
Girl, yellow is not your color.
Yes. Honey, have you ever heard of hair dye?
There's still a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly. I hain't see a horse for years now. I just said that it's weird to see such a large jackass, huh? Her voice is young and strong, with the accent that reminds you of the villages spread around Havlavan. But no jackass would wear a saddle, I'd say. This is a weird exchange. She exchanges a few words with a male guard wearing green, giving you time to consider, or to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveler, how hard is it to ride a horse? Be friendly, playful, distanced, intimidating, or vulnerable.
Oh,
I feel like we should be playful, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I laugh. You wouldn't believe it. The lesson. If we click on the other ones, does it show us what the options would be?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay,
How about you give it a try?
Or we can be like that. It seems like it's tiring. It's an inn, isn't it? Open the gate!
Yeah, damn.
Quite hard, honestly. Some days are still rough on me. I feel like we should invite them to come try it.
Yeah. The playful one isn't even a real joke.
She gasps. Seriously? Just a moment. Man, she's gonna kill herself on our horse, isn't she? She disappears behind the wall, and soon after that, the gate is open. While you dismount next to the wood-splitting log, a couple of people surround you, pointing at your mount and commenting on its appearance, though they step away whenever Horsey makes a rapid movement. The guard in the yellow armor is the only one who steps forward. She raises her hands as if to pet your palfrey, but doesn't touch it. They look smaller from above, she whispers loudly. How do I even get up there? It's not easy when you lack confidence. Better use a stool, or I can help you. She touches the animal, which pays no attention to her presence. No, I'm really scared. She contradicts her words with a gentle smile and shining eyes. Maybe I should wear something lighter. You nod and engage in a bit of chit-chat with the entire group, discussing what it takes to take care of a horse. Finally, the red-haired woman leads you under the roof where your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post near some old hay. Once you're ready, go inside, speak with our boss. Maybe you're hungry? Okay, so they just didn't even ride the horse. They were like, thank you for the option to.
Yeah.
And that was it. The other guards return to various chores. They peek at your mount every now and then as they're splitting firewood, cleaning their clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. 2 of them are making a rope. You head toward the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard. I open the door. What a nice inn. New shelter unlocked.
Nice.
The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs, but after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. If you're at an inn in the morning, you can spend the entire day on resting. Okay. You're lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft with a city-like accent. I feel like this is a thirsty description.
Yeah, this is taking a turn.
He observes you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I have a keg of decent ale. Wormwood, bog myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills them up carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon. Today, maybe. We don't drink here before the evening, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate to see the good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare even among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. He's an anime character.
Amazing.
His clothes are quite fancy for manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square. I stand at the counter. Planks let out a creak after every step you make, so you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. Interesting. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. But just so you know, my pelt to the north doesn't belong to Havlavan. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a better meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I need to check. This conversation, I feel confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we could say, thanks for the drink. I see you know how to make friends with the Roadwarden. Or, happy to help. As a Roadwarden, I'm more than capable of taking care of the entire cask if you need me to. Or, I won't stay here for long. I'm not here to pay compliments to piss in a mug. I'm a Roadwarden, and I'm looking for answers.
Whoa.
Or, thank you. I'm a Roadwarden, so I never refuse a free drink.
I love that 4 of the 5 of these were just trying to insert that we're the Roadwarden.
Yeah. I feel like the first 2 were probably the best options.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What were you gonna say?
I was thinking the first one.
Sounds good.
You think so? Okay, well, I clicked it. Sorry. He meets your eyes with a puzzled look, then grabs a wet cloth and starts to wipe down the shelves. From time to time, your conversation is interrupted by splashes of dirty water in a wooden bucket. While nothing is truly free, I have worked for Soul of the Road, but I don't need... Oh, sorry, I right-clicked and I didn't realize that it did anything. But apparently we could save, so that's cool. Oh,
Nice.
I did it again. Sorry. Okay. Well, nothing is truly free. I have worked for Soul of the Road, but I don't need a new mouth to babble. You speak slowly yet audibly. I value my time. You should value yours. Okay, do we want to drink or do we want to ask him questions? I feel like we should ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can drink it. You want to?
I mean, I'm really happy with either.
Okay. The dark room and the wooden walls of the mug make the liquid look as brown as a chestnut. The lee in spring hits your nose, and the first sip is even too complex, too flowery. While the brewer has used fancy ingredients, the exotic licorice ruins the aftertaste. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. The innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe it'll help me with a worrying thought I have, which is... There are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike, but they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day they may steal our furs, and I have no doubt they're the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. rubs his hands together, camouflaging his paws. I want you to reach Howler's Dell. Oh my gosh. Northwest from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Theus, the mayor, about Glacia, that bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glacia is ready to break the truth to the locals, I'm willing to join forces with them to get rid of her band. He looks at a nearby dragon bone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple of days won't make much of a difference. I'll pay you 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine? I feel like we should say 3.
Yeah. We're trying to get rich so we can retire early.
Yeah, that's our goal. He observes you for a moment. 2, he growls. No, I want 3. We're trying to retire rich.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we have to settle for 2.
Interesting. That's such a weak thing to say then if you've got no follow through.
Huh?
Like, that's such a weak thing to say with no follow through.
Yeah. So we can be like, we can try to buy and sell stuff. Looking for Asterion, the previous Roadwarden. What can you tell me about the peninsula? I didn't expect to find an inn of this size in a place such as this. About Glossy's band. Any rumors worth sharing, or that's all I need. You want to see what they have for sale?
How much money do we have?
I have no idea.
Okay.
5. That's how much money we have. 5. 5 buddies. I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we can buy food rations, quarrels, a box of soap, an elk fur or a crossbow. I kind of want to buy soap because it says it burns skin on longer contact.
Amazing.
And I want to see how that would ever be useful.
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
You add the soap to your travel set, and maybe like some food.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that we've actually eaten in a minute.
Yeah, I know. I just get a feeling it's gonna be something that we wish we had.
Yeah.
Later on. I kind of want to ask about the previous Roadwarden.
Yeah, I think we should do that one.
Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so they were lovers. That's my bet.
Yes. I'm sorry, I thought you read that they were lovers.
No, that's just what in my head I'm imagining their relationship is.
Yes, I believe it.
When asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Asterion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist, anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to the guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. Okay, well, they don't really sound like lovers from that sentence, but I'm holding out hope.
Hey, marriage is a risky deal.
I mean, they did say that he had kids, so maybe this was like a side thing.
Yeah.
Could it be that Asterion stole the coins and ran away? He looks at a window and starts to play with a shutter. Why is that image so funny in my head?
No.
I'm like moving it back and forth. I just think Asterion ain't the kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him, it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for a Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. This is weird fiddling.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked travelers. I've sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in White Marshes for a day and was meant to do something for the people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs, then enter them. You may get there before dusk. So let me know once you find anything, and we may yet return to this whole investment thing. I'll think about it. He nods. What else do you need? Alright, you pick what we do next.
I was going to ask if he has any leftovers.
Do you have food?
Yeah.
Where is that? There we go.
One.
Yes, I feed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. Dude really just asked a favor from us and then refuses to give us leftovers.
What a dick.
Tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns to the wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left, you'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full. You'd be done in half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyway, and I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's a long curved claw, almost black. Do I look like someone who forages for berries? I feel like we should just do it.
Yeah.
It's probably a pretty okay deal.
Might as well.
Half an hour? That's quite a lot for berry picking. The tools are cold, not too heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. Ah, the berries are not a problem, the innkeeper smirks, unlike the snakes. Better scare them away with a stick or move them with a hook, and protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient.
Okay.
Alright, cool. You ready to go fight some snakes?
I have no more questions.
Do you want to ask more questions?
No.
Someone's car is going off outside.
Oh no.
I don't know if you can hear it.
I didn't notice it until you said something.
You step outside. Horsey is fighting off flies with its tail. You hear the clinking of tools coming from the armorer's workshop. Do we want to go forage for some berries?
Let's do it. Let's go berry picking.
Berry picking! The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent laying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs of the hook will keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They're round and reddish. You wouldn't trust such a color even if you were looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh, so you make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket, but the presence of insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax. Ah, what does our education tell us?
I noticed a shrub that's not like the others.
I didn't even notice it was switching.
Yeah.
You added marsh bowls to your bag of ingredients, whatever that is.
Love
One
it.
of the bushes in the back has more berries than the others. They're purple. And as you squeeze one of them, you recognize that these are marsh buells. In small amounts, they are added to pies, sauces, and beverages, known for their delicate sourness and sweetness.
Okay.
Cool that our education and knowledge told us that.
Yeah.
In small amount, unique but not intrusive. Still, eating a cup of them will make one sick, if not poisoned. Ooh, we should keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Poison, got it. You're surprised to see them in a meadow, far away from a wetland. You could use them at an alchemy table if you could find it. For now, you put a fistful into one of your jars. The others are still a bit greenish. I gathered the berries and returned to the gate. You've gathered a bucket full of berries.
Yay!
You've returned to the courtyard. Two of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish. The wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. I enter the inn.
Dang.
The locked windows make the air stuffy. Okay, blah 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 blah. So you gonna need anything?
Like, put the fruits on the counter.
Great! He peeks inside the bucket. I've got cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to the merchants if there were any around. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. And like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky and I've been cooking my whole life. Should we say thank you?
Yeah.
What is this? Appearance, 1 out of 5. People are hesitant to trust you. Your face is dirty.
Love it.
And how did that old hook of mine work out for you? I see you still have your hands. I'd like to buy it from you.
I love the last one, the lie that I've lost it. Like,
do we even need a hook?
I don't think so. We've got a spear, don't we?
Yeah, well...
Yeah, I'm good without it.
We have his berry picking hook.
Oh, okay.
We have our axe.
Yeah.
I think we should just give it back.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, have your hook back. You lost the hook. He takes the tools from you and nods. Need anything else? Should we ask about if there are any rumors worth sharing? I feel like we should do that and then just continue.
Yeah, sounds good.
He crosses his arms. I don't like to talk about people who ain't nearby. Show me first that you're someone worth changing habit for. Okay. So I guess we should just go outside, right?
Yeah.
You step outside. Horsey is napping. You hear the clinking of tools coming from the armorer's shop.
Okay.
I feel like we could go to the armorer. We only
Yeah.
have 2 out of 4.
Her
You're also
puffy
like
jacket.
not rich though. You walk past the wall and find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something can be solved by brute force, this place will find a way to do so. There are 2 people sitting on a long bench. The first one is a male with maybe inch-long hair, a cleanly shaven face, long thin yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. That was a lot of description. He ignores your presence, sewing a gambeson with great concentration. The second person is a boy, maybe 15. He's wearing the crude outfit of a farmer. He glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a long dagger. Just wait for you to notice us.
I love coming into that energy with greetings.
You want to say greetings?
Yes.
Greetings! The man raises his head, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. He ain't talking. Tell him what it is that you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hands, and looks around, shrugs, and returns to you with a raised eyebrow. Could you patch my clothes if they're torn? Look at the youngster laying a trade, I see, or I'm in need of your services.
I mean, I feel like we could use their services if we can afford it. But I don't know that we have much money right now.
New trader unlocked. Okay, so he's asking to inspect the gambeson. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired of reading.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, just go on.
Gambeson repairs. In 1 hour, your jacket will be carefully patched up. Oh, that's not too bad. For 1 coin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it even in need of repairs?
Maybe not.
I feel like we should look at what is going on with it. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be repaired. Oh, your armor is not in the best shape and could use some additional work.
Okay, then yeah, let's might as well do it while we're here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yay! It will stop even a life-threatening strike. With your current gambeson, it's the best protection you can get. Neat. Alright. What do we want to do next, Alyssa?
Let's go to the well. See if we can get some water cooler talk.
Medieval water cooler talk. The recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. One of the guards is enjoying the cold drink he drew with a bucket and tells you to use only as much water as is necessary. The oak ash soap you own can help you get cleaner. Well, I feel like we should wait to wash ourselves until it's necessary.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Where's the shell? Like our puffer jacket? Is that what it is we can wash? I step away. I do not care about cleanliness.
Yeah. No. I think all that's left is the guards.
Yeah. The woman in yellow armor is kneeling next to a brown hairy boar, which is resting on its side. This is so much.
That's
okay.
Too much.
This is not as light as the dark ones in the forest. It responds to the touch of a human's hand and brushed with grateful grunting and rapid twitches of a hind hoof. No matter how friendly it appears, it's still tethered to the well, and you have no doubts that its charge would leave Horsey dead in a breath.
Damn.
When the woman notices you, she steps forward to the boar's disappointment. So, the new Roadwarden. She points at a window with her chin, forestalling the question. We don't need anything new, but when we travel with our furs, we can use some assistance. She may be around 30, but her warm voice and bright smile are camouflaging the touch of time on her unpowdered... Excuse me!
Hey,
the touch of time on her 30-year-old face?
Yeah.
Like many red-haired people with freckles, her skin is unhealthily pale.
What does this person have against red-haired people?
Or women who are 30.
Yeah.
The boar runs up to her, observing your boots and fruitlessly sniffing for food beneath the beaten ground. She pats its back, but maintains her focus. How about a game or two? We have a bit of time, and we could talk about this and that. Maybe you'll get a couple of coins or lose one. She winks. We could play dice or throw axes at a target.
I want to play dice.
You want to? I feel like this is a bad idea.
That's a terrible idea. We don't have to, but...
Alright, cool.
Sweet.
So they're happy to see us. Remember, no magic.
Yeah.
And yeah, we feel like we don't have much control in the situation. Use your casual jokes, memories, and views on luck and optimal strategies. Horsey and Tullius Camp are also brought up. When you ask about the roads of the locals, their stories are vague. The drinks are here. It's a poor beer made from the leftovers after the regular brewing. It's cold, sweet, and doesn't reach your head. But you try to avoid the smell. Just don't spill anything, the boar may get sick, says your bald opponent. After a few minutes, you get 2 points, which are now represented by smooth pebbles. You don't really know how you got them. Either you don't get the strategy, or it's just pure luck. Ah, now we can use our knowledge.
Yes!
There's a strategy to this game. I can't see it. I can't be sure I'll win, but I can play better than they expect. Well, obviously we should go for that one, right? Oh, we lost a coin. No!
Dang.
Your score is second best. Nice one. You hear from the man with the fancily braided beard who reaches to pick up your dragon bone. As the table and the chairs are carried back into the building, the guard in yellow armor looks at you with a smile. Okay. We already played today. You just want to walk away?
Yeah.
Okay. You return to the courtyard. You hear the clicking of tools coming from the armorer's workshop.
Yeah.
I guess he's still working on it, right?
I think he's already done with our stuff. Because we already have the improved armor. Yeah, I think we just go back to the end.
Oh, that was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Why did it do that?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. If we go back outside, we could travel. That's what we can do.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I bet we can head this way and come back to the inn.
Yeah, sounds good.
The road uphill meanders, slowing you down and forcing you to pay close attention not only to the shadows of the trees, but also the tight, rocky passages. You can't help but notice a few caves and find ambush spots. I keep an eye out for any sign of life.
Nice.
The ruined village. Standing in front of the gate, you hear no voices, no tools at work, no steps. Dozens of birds live among the collapsed roofs. Their fluttering, singing, and squawking is for your worries. If you want to travel any further, you need to ride around the palisade. Searching the ruins may take a lot of time. The broken gate in the north will lead you to the village. The sound of a gentle river reaches you from the east, where you see a saggy fence surrounding an overgrown pasture. Behind the burnt building in the east, you see an oddly barren field. What do you think, Alyssa?
Approach the building near the field.
The broken logs and planks are charred, while the wooden walls are rotted and covered in moss. You see no ashes or dust, proving that a fire happened long ago. It smells awful, and there are no reasons to stay for long. You see no furniture, just some broken shelves. It was just a storage room. The valuable odds and ends were already taken by the scavengers. We could look at the gate.
Yeah.
Journal updated. The ruined village. The palisade is in good shape, and the entrance wasn't even touched by the fire. It was torn away, possibly thrown. The amount of used force must have been huge, but you'd expect that it would push the gate into the village, not away from it. You don't see any marks of a dragon bite. The troll could toss such planks, but after so many years, you see no paw prints. A mage? You can't really tell. I move forward. Where do you want to go? I explore the southwest part of the village. I inspect the fields in the southwest. I inspect the pasture in the southeast.
Southwest part of the village.
The buildings, some of which have collapsed, are made of wood, now charred and rotten. You spot claw marks on the walls, especially close to the doors and window frames. They could belong to a dragonling, or a large wolf larger than the gray ones, or a corpse eater. Too many options to make a guess. Yet no beast remains in sight. You find the remains of clothes, furniture, odds, and ends. Only one object seems to be used, a basket-like fish trap made of vines and willow branches. If a large fish swims into it, it won't be able to swim out on its own. It's quite large, but I can fit it on my saddle. Alright, cool. We got a fish trap. You feel a slight aching in your stomach. Oh, we're a hungry boy.
Oh no.
Where do you want to go?
Hmm.
We could go to the main square.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
the main
exciting.
square.
In every village, the main square is the fanciest area, meant to charm the travelers. Yet this is way more than you expected. The houses are as big as in Havalavan.
We're obsessed with
paved ground.
Havalavan.
Huh?
We're obsessed with Havalavan.
We are. And the paved ground took a lot of work and materials. The walls, not charred and riddled with holes, are made of expensive coated wattle. The tiles for the roofs had to be brought here from a different settlement. You peek inside the 3 smaller buildings, the rotting remains of their former splendor. The birds living in dozens of nests respond to your arrival with quite a commotion. You don't find even a single dragonborn, nor a tool or a piece of furniture left unbroken or unrotten. You're surrounded by bad smells, dirt, animal droppings, and garbage. The wall also stinks. It has no bucket, but you'd be afraid to use it anyways. Who knows how many birds have relieved themselves inside, or how many old rats have found their death while climbing up the walls. Suddenly, you hear some sounds coming from the largest building. Your stomach makes you let out a painful groan. Okay, apparently we went from I'm kind of hungry to I am painfully hungry.
I mean, our stats don't say that we're painfully hungry, do they?
I know. It just says you experience no penalties and bonuses. But, like, I feel like we should eat if it's, like, our stomach makes us let out a painful groan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You can't use your inventory right now. Okay. So, did it even really matter that we had that? I guess.
Not, maybe?
I should check it out. I prepare my axe, or I should walk away.
I think that's a walk away.
Goodbye. Okay, and we're still groaning. Well, why can't we just eat if we're hungry?
Did we, like, get food poisoning?
Oh, here we go. We can eat.
Because we don't need to eat right now. Oh. Okay.
Well, I just figured out how to have us eat.
Sweet.
It's much easier for us to overcome physical struggles. Where do you want to go?
You pick.
I want to go more into the village.
Yeah.
The debris was partially moved outside of the destroyed houses, but you find nothing of value. The table, cupboards, shelves, and bits and pieces were carefully ransacked. The wildly growing vegetables and herbs are the only remnants of the abandoned gardens. You spot fresh human footprints at the entrance to the latrine, most of which lead to and from the center of the village. You notice a set of simple tools lean against a pile of rubble: a wooden spade and a shovel, a pointed stick, a hoe with a bone head, and a stone axe. All of them are too old and too awkward to bother with transporting them around, and you know where to find them if you need them in the future. Okay, good to know. The closer you are to the village, the longer you stay around, the sicker you feel. The taste of gastric juices hits your mouth, your forehead hurts, you start to stumble. Horsey, worried by the sight, pokes your head with his nose. We should probably leave.
Yeah, I think this is a trust your gut situation.
Yeah. Horsey was worried. Trust Horsey.
Yeah.
Leaning on your mount, you go outside, keeping your mouth shut. After a few minutes, your eyes get clearer. Yeah, okay, maybe we just don't hang out from the village.
That's weird.
You stop and touch your aching stomach. Why is our stomach aching?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Palisade to the west?
It's like, why is this blacked out?
Yeah, I think it's just the parts we didn't explore.
Like it's saying we can't even go back into the village. Got it.
Yeah.
What did you say you wanted to explore?
Palisade to the west.
The tracks of human footwear and many, many more ape footprints cover the path formed around the palisade's breach. As far as you can tell, the freshest footprints lead to the village. The wooden stakes spread on the ground are rotten, covered in mushrooms, small flowers, insects, and worms. A good source of animal or goblin food, though you expect them to also hunt for the birds and eggs. The meadow in the west turns into a forest quickly. The grasses in the north surrounded dozens of tree stumps already covered with moss and fungi. I shouldn't enter the forest, especially not in this area. It's unpredictable. Our only choice. Okay, our tummy still hurts.
Maybe return another day. We can ask the people at the inn about, see if they know anything.
To go back to the inn?
Yeah. See if they know what's up with this cursed town that's giving me indigestion.
Approach the guards. It's making my tummy hurt.
Yeah, the town made my tummy hurt, and I didn't like it.
Maybe I have some questions about this place?
Yeah?
I don't know. What do you want to ask? Nothing that seems like it would tell us about that town.
Yeah, no. You just say thanks.
Maybe the necromancers.
Thanks. Yeah, that could be the one thing.
It's something new, her voice lowers to whisper. I've never been to White Marshes, but over the years I've seen people moving away from there, south. They told us that the place has changed too much. A priest died, I think? And the new one awakens the dead. Sorry, Warden, that's all I know. If she's hiding something, she sounds convincing. Should ask about the tower.
Yeah.
Looking Hovlevon? Fair, but it ain't here to protect the gate. The stronghold was built long before we moved in, and not to fight off humans. The tower is meant to be used by those who observe the deep forest. We look out for fires, dragons, and any winged creatures that are looking to roost on the roof. Baldy. She nods towards a man who indeed is completely bald. Has a great eye. It sees well even in darkness. That's cool for Baldy, I guess.
Our level of naming.
Should we just be like, what can I find north from here?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, we don't really go to those regions. We stay close to home, only sometimes move south or west. To Howler's dwell, but only to trade. We fight with buying more than they need, since they then take worse the coast. She takes a long breath, twirling her hair and gathering her thoughts. You know what? I've never even seen a beach, and I've been living here for how many more than 10 years now? She giggles. The only part of the sea I've seen was from Old Pagos, which is placed on a hill. I've never put a toe in salt water. She looks toward another huntress who confirms that her experience is the same. Well, Old Pagos is a good place to stay. So long as you don't mock their order and act nice, they'll also be kind. Boss says they're too serious for him to stand them, but at least they don't bite without a reason. Should we ask about the boar?
Yeah.
How could she not be? She crouches and raises the boar. Oh my gosh, sorry, my reading is like going downhill. She crouches and raises the boar's head, but it steps away and squeals of it as if someone's murdering it. They came with us from the city, just in case. We had no clue how our first winter would go, so we needed some backup meat. And it works too, cleans the dirt. She reaches out to the beast again, but it trots away. The woman straightens up with a pleased sigh. We haven't needed to eat it so far, but it's also funny. I learned in my home village that the farm boars are getting a bit smaller and more cuddly, kind of like ibixes. So it's not such a wild, dangerous beast, but we don't let it get close to other animals or children. I feel like this is not super interesting.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, I walk away. Should we try the inn?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, what can you tell me about the peninsula? I don't know.
Yeah.
What could anyone say? Can you read this? I'm sorry.
Yeah. What could anyone say? This place doesn't even have a name. Unless there's an old book in an archive that no soul knows about. We probably would. We're scholars. You know what I'd call everything from here to the coast? The hunting ground. He glances at your eyes. But it's not us who hunt, keep that in heart, but the beasts in all shapes and forms. His words gain confidence slowly, which is strengthened by his deep voice. I've lived in this inn for over 10 years now, and I've only seen a couple of roads, a couple of places. It's just, once you get here and you see how harsh it is to hit the road, you have only more reasons to stay at the warm stove behind a wall, even if it's suffocating. He looks toward the window. I'm sure you've heard a lot already. That the people don't build hamlets anymore. There are no more ibixes from the south, and the traders stay for only a few days. all that iron is used for cauldrons, not for swords or tools.
Okay. Oh, maybe this will answer some of our questions. Well, if
Yeah.
I'm traveling west. Well, there are hills nearby, then you'll find a village maybe an hour away from here. It was destroyed by beasts almost a decade ago, nothing to see there. The goblins live there now, so most people just travel around it, and they say
Love
it's
it.
haunted. But who knows, who cares? Okay, so Goblin Village.
Okay.
He crosses his arms and starts to sway back and forth, gathering his thoughts. You get to a large tree on the edge of the swamp. For the locals, it's sacred. You're not used to hearing someone mentioning pagans as if there's nothing unusual about them. There's a small path south, which leads to an old mine in the mountains, nothing to find there. But keep riding north and you'll find Howler's Dell, set at a clean brook. Farmers live there, and Mufflons and Druids. They'll let you stay for a night, but they're not cheap. If anyone thinks my prices are bad, it means they ain't been to the 8th Ale Inn yet. He lets out a gentle smile. I smile politely, or I nod.
I think I smile politely.
I know only a bit about the next settlement, Old Pagos. The soil there ain't too fertile. If they work in their quarry and help other settlements build things in exchange for crops. The forests and hills ain't too harsh, but the Seekers, capital S, have a small monastery nearby in the mountains. I don't much care about them. They keep to themselves and they don't pay well. The third village is unknown to me. White marshes, set at the bogs. I've heard it smells like a griffin's lair. I've heard a lot of nasty rumors about the place, but I won't share them. I don't want to be a lie spreader. So 3 villages, really. Howlers, the one near the monastery, whatever it's called, and the marshes. Don't let their beds and palisades fool you, though. Weird people live there. Don't tell them more than you need to. You wonder if it's something he would tell other travelers as well. Okay, good to know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, those are real weirdos over there.